On the real.
Have you ever had that weird gut feeling that something is off? That's your moral compass sending flares into the sky. It's like your body's way of saying, hold up, something's not right here. Trust that feeling. It's your compass
Difficulties we be
at
having
work.
lately, man. We gonna get started, man.
Your moral compass is the referee in the internal wrestling match of right.
What it do, world? Welcome to Chop It Up Under the Tree. Special guest, my mentor, and with the world known as Mr. Provoking Thought. What it do, Ant?
Mr. Provoking Thought.
What it do, girl?
Oh, yeah. Man, provoking thought, man. You hear me? Trust God, man. Put God first.
This interview, well, not even interview, we chopped it, you already know, but this special to me because I don't do time unless I'm locked up, so it's hard for me to keep track of time, but I know I met Ant a few years ago, and anytime I used to think of the word mentor, I think of Boys and Girls Club, I think of somebody that's taking you camping or things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? But then throughout my journey with Happy Hustle, I learned that you need guidance, you need like leadership, you need to be a student of some, you know what I'm saying? Just be a student of life, right? Now, and always pay attention to God's signs. So I'm gonna keep the story short, man. I was able to facilitate a program, and then I think my first day I came from there, I went to chop it up with Pam, and Ant was there. He was finna get some customer or something, I don't know. But I'm telling you like this is how God works. Me and how he is, I wouldn't have said nothing to him. He's sitting back here, customer. I'm not in their business or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But I was telling Pam how excited I was about what I just did or whatever. And then Ant asked a question. And this, I noticed where God came in at because, and he also tell you like, we don't invite people into our houses and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I just openly welcome him into my house. The way he explained the Bible, I've been to church plenty times. I done been serious about changing my life plenty times. And I never got the effect that I get when I'm chopping it with him. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about never judge me, never came at me like, no, I'm finna turn you on to Jesus Christ, I'm finna turn you on to religion. None of that. He just always be him. When he read the word, I never met nobody that read the word like it. If I was to read the word on my own, I'll be reading it for the words that I see.
And that worked for him. So the thing is, every sponsor ain't gonna be for everybody.
No.
Like every mentor ain't gonna be for everybody. So you have to find you a mentor, and you have to find you a sponsor that is willing to not only work with you, but that you got that type of vibe with. You know what I'm saying? That was natural. Yeah. It wasn't forced. It was organic. You know what I'm saying? And that mentor and that sponsorship, it developed. You know what I'm saying? Over time. But you know what I'm saying? God put the right align the right things up together in the right moment. But just us knowing that as we look for sponsors and we look for mentors, we look for the right help, you know what I'm saying, to build that proper safety net, the proper people around you that you can tap into, that you can draw from, and things of that nature. Just know that, hey, if it ain't working with somebody, whatever, you know, it's okay, man. You know, find you somebody else who be willing to go through this life journey with you, and who can tap into you, and who can draw good things about you. And that's what, you know, so that chemistry, man, it worked. And when I met you, well, I seen him and I was like, hold on, man, I'm trying to figure out. But that's how God was like, if you're on this path, the right people are going to come your way. All you got to do is stay on the path.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Stay on the path.
Like I say, knock and the door will be open. Seek and ye shall find.
And
you know what I'm saying?
One thing I can say, a lot of times it may not be the people who be around you all the time and all day, every day. Yep. Because in regards to the journey, I'm talking the journey been deep, life-changing and everything. And it's been times in my life where I be going through things and I don't want to be bothered with nobody.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you like this, man, I done stiff-armed so many people just on the strength of me not want to put vibes on other people's lives or whatever. But I can tell you like this man, I don't care how, that's how I know it's God, you know what I'm saying? He got his own life going on, all this type of stuff. But the way he stick with me.
See, and that's what I'm saying, that's unconditional. So and that's what I'm saying. Dude, you gotta find you somebody who is willing to still knock when you ain't even trying to answer the door.
On my life.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing about Allah, that's the thing about creation. Even when we ain't, he's always gonna be there. You see what I'm saying? But he's always letting us know and reinforcing for us that, hey, all you have to do is open yourself up, or open, you know what I'm saying, come back, or seek forgiveness, do whatever you have. That's all you have to do. But we have to find somebody who is willing to put up with our mess, because like we know, the bigger the mess, the bigger the cleanup. Everybody ain't gonna clean up with you.
Man.
Everybody ain't finna be willing to get in there and get down and dirty and clean up with you when they see you down and out. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta find somebody that's willing to even do that, man, because nowadays, man, before you even hit the booking room, they gonna be gone.
They go, man.
Before you even get to your arraignment. You in the booking room, before you even get to that arraignment, but I say before you hit the booking room, because the moment they find out you in them cuffs, they already cutting out.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you know good to
yeah, so all I'm trying to say is, man, you gotta find you somebody that's gonna stick it with you to the end, man. You know what I'm saying? Ride with you till the wheels fall off. And when the wheels fall off, you still riding on sparks.
On my life.
You still moving. They said, guess what? We don't got no wheels, but these sparks, I done seen them do it out here.
Yeah.
You can ride with the wheels off
Mm-hmm.
if you still willing to go through it.
Yeah.
You know, but you gotta find somebody willing to go through it with you. And willing to, who gonna
Okay.
tap into you, man, and say, you know what, I'm riding no matter what. I don't care if you down or up. I'm gonna still be your mentor. I'm gonna still be your sponsor. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna give up on you.
And it'd be like being more serious with God, with your God-given gifts and whatever message that you follow. That's what I give it credit to that. So like when people be like, no, it ain't me, give praise to God. I give praise to God, but I also give praises to his children, or you know what I'm saying, like who he sent. So what you with hearing our perceptions of you and like how grateful he is of you, what motivates you or drive you to even
Keep going.
keep going? I'm talking about even for other people beyond yourself.
Right, yep.
You get
Well,
draining. Sure.
Let me say this, right?
Yeah.
So I remember that day both of y'all came to the store,
Yeah.
right?
For real?
Yeah, both of y'all was together
That's
that
great.
day.
Okay.
I'm standing there.
Two cents.
Oh,
Two
yeah.
cents.
Okay.
And I said to Pam, I said,
Yeah.
I was locked up with Mente. She said, you
Yeah.
know Mente? I said, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you came back, you
Yeah.
was by yourself.
Straight
So
up.
you was doing something with Pam, and I don't remember. I was like, matter of fact, I know what it was. You said something about speaking because you was teaching that class on Capitol, and I was like, whoa, hey, you
Yeah.
and he was like, yeah. So go back, right?
Yeah.
So 2019 is when I had got the 3 principles of freedom.
Yeah.
So now I was emerged back. I had already been doing this since 09.
Yeah.
Right? I started in 2000 when me and Mente actually
So
met.
what's the 3 principles of freedom?
Knowing who you are, knowing why it's important to know who you are, and knowing the value of knowing who you are.
Okay.
Right? And so when I got out here, it was just like, man, God sent, God led, and God purposed. So when I met you, I wasn't about to say anything.
My life.
You know, me and Mente, we did time together.
Yeah.
I wasn't the dude that's running around.
Right.
I speak to certain
On
people,
real.
Yeah.
right? And so that day I was like, it was just like God was just asking him about that.
Yeah.
And then when I asked you about it, we just connected.
Yeah.
You know, so for me, it's been a blessing because all of us know we from the streets.
Yeah.
And so for God to give me this opportunity to come back to the
Rewrite
street,
script. Yeah.
right, and to uplift the people and uplift the community that I once tore down, and to understand, like, for me, so I just wrote this down today, right? Because I don't mean to, like, in fact, let me go to this right fast, right? 'Cause I don't want to just,
Yeah.
say it and it ain't lying. So I know
So
this.
it's a quote you wrote down?
No, I was actually writing this morning about solving this problem.
Okay.
Right? When you dealing with people. Because like you said, most people will run up and don't think about it. Like if you tell me your story
Yeah.
and I disregard your feelings,
Yes.
Yeah.
I done lost you. Right? And guess what? When I first came out, that's what I did. Right? So I had to learn 5-6 years in. Hold on, bro. You gotta understand that they don't got it. They don't have to understand it right now. Right? So I didn't know, like, because I had come up in the church world, right? I always went against it. Because I was like, hold on. I didn't come from that. I come from this. I don't want to be this guy to walk up, hey, quit smoking, quit drinking, and then like come to church and let's sit down and pray. And you know, so I was just like, God, whatever it is that you're gonna have me to do, you gotta lead me.
You still want to have empathy. You still want to have empathy, but not have to.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like this. Okay, let me find this very fast. So here's the thing that I did. I took so what I mean by that is he told me a story, you told me a story about y'all life, about y'all past, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had a story about y'all life, about y'all past. So I had to choose whose story would I believe, right? Because when you get done, like, looking at your life, and you say, like, if I say, man, tell me about you, you're going to tell me about your experiences. But everything you done went through, your perspective on what happened, how you feel about it, and all of that, right? If I take that, right, culturally, I'll be blind to, because I've been taught to judge it by what you say and what I see, right? Well, when I went to God's word, your story ain't there.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay, God, if I see his story, me being taught the way I've been taught, I can tell him I love him, but I can't love him unconditionally like you telling me to love him. So when he tell me his story, I got to be compassionate. I got to listen. I got to know that, hey, this is his feelings because I've been there. I lied to me about me, right? And I believe that lie about me. So I would go and tell somebody, hey, man, I used to be this. I used to do that. And I'm like, hold on. Because when you get in the word, in Romans 7, it says, it is not I that do the work, but sin lives in me that does the work. But nobody is going to look at you and say, excuse real and maintain bad habits, bad behavior. So when I came out here, so you know, for me, I'm always self-checking. I'm always doing mental check-in because I'm like, man, it's a privilege. I'll take this as a game. You know, it's like, I ain't out here, hey, listen, take the Bible and go and read it. Like, they just asked me this. I said, listen, I don't even open up the Bible to people. They're like, why you don't open the Bible up? I said, the Bible said the flesh would not understand it. So if I open it up and told them, hey, do you know this is you? What you think they going to say? I can't see that. Yeah. So I can't do that. So we have to actually literally connect, vibe, grow. I don't care who you say you are. I don't care who he say he is. I don't believe in God's word. I don't care what y'all say.
You see something, you see through us, you know.
No, I see what the word is saying about you. He said, I blew my breath and man became. Right? Mm-hmm. Well, whoever you became that's different than who he said he created, I'm not holding that against you. It's like the hope. If you get mad right now, if we all three of us get angry right now, who are we going to apologize for? The angry man that we was at that time that we said we not. So I'm not going to come out and say, you wrong, you wrong. No, I'm going to sit back. And I'm going to let God lead me and say, God, I know you put me here for a reason. I'm not here to tell nobody, hey, because one, you got to remember, like we got our story, mm-hmm. You got your perception of everything that's in the earth, right? Say he Muslim, right? So if he go to a brother that don't know nothing about Islam, but say he a Buddha, if he bring Islam to him, what you think he gonna do? Reject it automatically. Cause why? He's bringing to him what he believes, not knowing this dude already believes something totally opposite. But if he want to introduce Islam to him, what he got to do? Same thing. If you want to rob me, show yourself friendly.
So like, this the thing. Do God send you messages? I ain't saying like do he send. I'm saying like, you speak at a lot of places, bro. Right. But I know that you genuine, and it's like God sent when you come and jam with us. So do it be like you get a message from God to come jam with us a certain kind of way, or instill in us, other than being behind a pulpit, giving it to the world. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so the one thing I knew in 2000, I knew that what the church was doing was not in alignment. Okay. Because every time I'm talking to a person that went to church, he always telling me about a hurt person. Man, I'm hurt. I'm wounded. But God is still working on me. I said, well, why he didn't tell the lady that was with the 12 years of blood? When he said you are healed, that was it. So how you still broke up? So I knew when I went inside the church, they were trying to fix the broken man with the word. Well, the Bible said the flesh profits nothing. Jesus said, my words are spirit and the flesh profits nothing. So you can read it all day, but you won't realize why, what the word is for. So when they pick up the Bible, they just pick it up and read it. And then you wonder, like today, talking to a young man, he like, everybody, I'm Holy Ghost filled, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I hear you, right? And I know you believe that. But is there anything that you know, that you believe, that'll send you to prison? Do you know anything that'll make you cross you up? Because you've been to prison 3 times. You just did a 30-year bid, came back, did another one, came back and did another one. So is there any thought process, belief that you say you don't have internally that you ain't telling me?
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew when I was in the street, I knew when I first started preaching, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm out there and I never forgot it. It was 09 and I'm sitting here, matter of fact 2010, and I'm like that gangster here. I knew the gangster was there, right? I'm like, this shouldn't be like that. I went 6-7 years. I said, God, I can't do it. Because I know I can't help nobody. I'm sitting here talking to people. I do this all the time. Hey, bro, pray. Pray. You believe in the Bible? Yeah. The Bible says anything you ask in Jesus' name, he will do. Pray for this brother. Why the ghetto shot? Why is the ghetto all over America tore up?
Mm-hmm.
Why? You know what I mean? We got more churches everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere. We got leaders everywhere. We got people that's giving all 8 efforts. Everybody ain't just sitting back, not trying. We literally trying to stop it, but it's constantly growing. When we got us off the street, nigga, we got Junior flipping them now out there.
Mm-hmm.
That me and you, hey, listen, you can tell your story to a 15-year-old just beginning. You know what he gonna do the same thing when we begin. I got my own reason for being out here. Nothing you talking about, bro, is finna deter that. So when you get out here on these streets, you're dealing with people, man. These folks is literally crossing. They say, bro, who brought you to jail? Who made that decision that took you to jail? I did. Okay, so cool. Now what did you do about you? Because if I had a cause for you to go to jail, you wouldn't talk to me today. So how you your best friend, Steve?
Yeah, and that's where that moral code come in that you talking about, that moral compass.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That moral compass comes in that of what he's just talking about, like how me being a Muslim and how I may not be able to come and bring my doctrine to that Buddha, but I could bring my morals to that Buddha. I could bring my morals to that Christian.
Yes.
I could bring my morals to that Jew. You know what I'm saying?
Because they then should match up.
Yeah, they're gonna match up because as he's saying, all he said was be and it is. So if I'm going back to my nature, which is my original, me being an original man, because he's saying we're gonna take away all that other stuff and we're just gonna say, no, that's not who you are. You are who God created you to be as a human. So I'm gonna go back to my original nature. So therefore, we go back to our original nature, then we're gonna come out on morals and everybody is gonna be equal based on that. But guess what happens? What happens is what he's talking about. People they define themselves by their faults or by their lacks or by their benefits. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm defined by that. You know what I mean? And you're not defined. You're not defined by that. You know what I mean?
We already been.
You already been blessed.
Okay.
You already been blessed. So what I'm trying to say is that's how it was able to be removed from you so easily once you come into the know. Because but see what we do is we get stuck in, well, I'm a gangster, I'm this, I'm that. So now you are defining yourself.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? You have put your own labels on yourself. So now we are judging and we are basing those things. We are basing our realities on those concepts or those beliefs that we have put on ourselves and that other people don't place on us. And now we saying that we is. Yeah. No, I'm right with you. So when we doing it like that, and all I'm saying is,
that's why we got to stay checking the moral compass.
you got to stay checking your moral compass because you have to stay seeing if, like he was going to, does it align up? Do it align up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is your integrity there? Do your integrity line up with, you know what I'm saying, who you say you with? Or if it don't, then you check yourself. But at the end of the day, even if you do, like you said, man, you make a mistake or you do whatever, right? So what happens is then you can go back to that sponsor and your sponsor gonna say, hey, that don't define you. You know what I'm saying? You're not defined by that. But see, you know what I'm saying? Some people tell themselves, man, like you might have did something that was weak. You know what I'm saying? Or you might have say, I did some weak stuff, right? Or I'm you know what I mean?
That's where the mentor come in at.
Right, and that's also with a growth comes in that of you being able to pick yourself up
From the
and say from that mistake and say, you know what? Yeah, I failed, but I'm not a failure.
no question.
You see what I'm saying? I failed, but I'm not a failure.
Yeah.
So that doesn't define me.
Sometimes we gotta
see
go
what I'm
through
saying?
certain things
That's all that be.
to even see
Yes.
that it's a failure and it's not for us.
Right.
That,
Or did if I feel or whatever I feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, we get those, we put those emotions on ourselves, right? How we see ourselves in those negative lights, right? And we take it and then we live on that. You know what I mean? So now we are defining, we basing our life on that now. Whether you want to, but you can shed that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
So hey, is that what drives you to certain people who you know what I'm saying, mentor or even like pour into?
Right.
Like you see certain signs in alignment and you be like, man, let me go pour into them. Let me or like I say, sometimes we get drained. Then we gotta come and get a reboost. Is it similar to that?
So it's like, for me, it's just the assignment, right?
Assignment.
Jesus said, right, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, right? So for me, it's the assignment.
Yeah.
Like when I come out, you know, I already like know the assignment.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? Like, it's like I'm armored up before I leave out my home. So when I come out here, I got things. I'm not out like this, like, hey, I just feel sorry for some people. Let me go out here and help them. No, because I understand, like I was saying, the man that is, when he don't know his identity, right? He thinks, like I said, this earthly realm, he have discovered himself. It's like, no, bro. If that's you, then why you is separated at death time? Why you not with the lights that in your eyes right now? That light that's in you right now, I'm seeing.
Yeah.
When you die, it ain't gonna be there. Why this body that you in is there? Right? And everybody know that body don't represent you, it's represent the body you was in.
Just shit.
We know that. Because they ain't there.
Exactly.
Right? So when we here, we alive, we don't live like a spirit. We live like what we call, like I always say, people say a human being. I said, no, that word was created. How can we be this thing if God is this? When he said, I made you just like me.
Yeah.
And you experience everything through what? Thought. You don't experience, if I can touch you right now, that ain't gonna be what's gonna remove you. Your perception of me touching you. This dude touching me, trying to check me, is he hitting me? You gotta give a perception of my touch. Once you give a perception of the touch, then the emotions then is like, hold on, dog. Right? Because we are dealing with what? Spirit. We're dealing with thought. Thought creates everything.
We living in our head. We living in our mind.
And here's a good thing, right? So when we dealing with people, right? People, I'm loving because he got moral compass, right? And so that is your belief that you learn culturally. Right? Meaning, in the inner city, your moral compass is totally different than the suburbs.
Ain't no question.
Right? So now, you may be, like, what we can do here, you can't do out there.
Yeah.
So now, your moral compass, because the moral compass listen, right and wrong come from God.
Ain't no question.
So it ain't about you. You take that moral compass to guide you. Not you. I got it already innately and I'm okay.
What about morals in alignment with the Creator?
Right.
Having your morals in alignment, because what I try to practice is armoring up.
Right.
When I wake up and I armor up, I try to check my moral compass, but my morals in alignment with God, not with me.
Now, and that's why I said I'm rocking with it, right? Because most people moral compass we dealing with what you judge as right
On my
and
life.
wrong.
I'm a gangster, so niggas shouldn't be snitching. I'm a gangster, so niggas shouldn't be, and it's wrong morals.
But it ain't wrong.
Okay.
Because remember, we ain't one culture. It's so many subcultures in the inner city.
Ain't no question.
That's why all of us don't believe the same. So if me and you want to save the young culture, we can't go to them and say y'all wrong. Because the first thing you're gonna do, like I said, that's like me walking inside your home and saying, "Skrill, you shouldn't. You can't discipline your kids that way." So when you walk inside somebody's world, like my world, your world, so that's the first thing I didn't do, and I would never do to nobody, is give you my moral compass to guide you. No, I'm watching you.
Even okay. So even if your morals is in alignment with God, you still not gonna put your moral compass on me. You gotta learn.
Listen to this. I didn't say screw. Let me mentor you. Yeah. It just happened. Because I knew it was a divine assignment. Because just like you see me talking, hanging out, hey man, well, I go home every day by myself. Years. Right? My son just told me yesterday, he said, Dad, and I'm going to have to come out there and hang out with you. I said, for what? Yeah. You know what I mean? I said, bro, I said, son, listen, my assignment, I'm always on it. I said, I'm always on it, man. I said, I'm telling you, you that's seeing, you that person that's watching Noah build the ark. So you think I'm just doing something on board, or you looking at it giving perception. I'm like, no, man, I got things to do that's going to benefit everybody. Because the 3 principles of freedom is for the world. Because when you ask, man, hey, man, I know who you are to everybody else. But who are you to you? You find out. I'm daddy to, okay, you a father, you an uncle, you a brother, you a mentor, right? To somebody else, right? You are not daddy to you. You are not mentor to you. You are not nephew to you, uncle to you. You left out of the equation. Ooh. You all that to everybody else. Ooh. But now when it's time for you to say, okay, now who am I to me? Well, I can tell you who most of us has been to us, the person that tripped us up. You know what I mean? Like, and so think about this.
You're even greatness to some people, and not even yourself.
You know what I mean? Because he said this. We talked about this all the time. Hey, if he get in the car, you know what I mean? So we look at how do we help the inner city? Like the guy just said, hey man, those guys that don't want to listen, that don't want to, gravitate to the Bible. I said, listen, if you bring them the Bible, you just violated a principle from the Bible. Like, what do you mean? The Bible said it's for the spirit problem, not the flesh. Yeah. So you would have, you would take the Bible, for instance, what they doing now, right? Mm-hmm. So you will see somebody that don't have a home, food, clothes, right? Smoke weed, smoke coke, homosexual, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And you would take this and say, let's fix that. We fix. Not understanding where did so all those things I just named, they are a problem, but they stem from a problem. They don't originate themselves. Nothing originates. That's like this. This did not originate itself.
You know how I can relate to that is that people see me interacting in business or something like that, and they'll be like, hey, dog, you should paint the walls. Hey, dog, you should get this new type of inventory. Not knowing that what I'm working on, them ain't got nothing to do with this stuff.
Right.
But I know what I'm working on.
Right.
Gonna better the story.
Right.
Which is my mind and my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like how you mentioned all those examples, it's like, I'm to that point now, like, it ain't none of my situations.
Right.
It's what caused the situation. So that's where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah.
It's kind of like your energy is needed. That's why I'm always positive.
Yeah.
It's needed.
It's needed.
Listen, when you go around your kids, your family, I promise you, do an inventory. Yeah. I guarantee you, if you come around them happy, it's going to do more good than if you come around them stern. Yeah. If you come around them angry, it's going to do way more harm. And so you may have, man, why I'm trying to be, positive. Don't try. You ain't gonna be able to be positive with the identity you got. So when you helping you, it's like, no, every day I gotta wake up, man. And when I armor up, I am created in the image of who? God. I'm putting that on. So when I sat and talked to Ant, I let him know what we doing today. Bro, it ain't what Ant want. Ant may want to go and hang out with the fellas and just kick it. No, buddy, you don't run nothing. Because I know what you want, what you own. You're going to give me pleasure to trip me up and blind me. Then I'll be sitting in jail, right, wondering, how did I get here, right? Because I'm here. I would know once I get there, like, you know, let this guy talk to you like a guy that's sweet talking a woman. He done told you what you thought you needed to hear. And one, you ask the average person, it's like, bro, listen to this. I played basketball at a high level, right? He's a basketball player, right? Mm-hmm. It is impossible to win in basketball with football rules.
Ain't no question.
Right?
Ain't no question.
Okay, so watch this. How in the world we think we gonna, here in this earth, win in a spiritual game with human rules?
Ain't no question.
This is why we losing. The human rules say Skrill is responsible for how I feel. They stopping me doing this. They stopping me from doing that. If this didn't show up, if this didn't show up, I would be doing this. I would be doing that. And it's like, no, bro. You can look outside you all day long. And what you will see outside of you is the person who cannot make the decisions for you.
Ain't no question.
I don't care who you look out and see, like, bro, you can never make my decision for me, no matter what you say. Right? And it's like, but in our minds and our preparation, we're preparing for who? An enemy outside of us. The inner city is taught what? Hey man, the white man came down, they came down, brought the drugs, the guns, the blah, 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 blah. I said, okay, I'm not running, I'm not saying they didn't do that. Here's the thing though, what I'm saying, the Bible said the birds see the trap and go around it. The problem is how you didn't see it and went into it. And by your own agreement, we said, I'm gonna go get a pistol every summer. I'm gonna sell drugs every summer. I'm gonna cheat life every single day. When I wake up, right? And it ain't you saying, I want to be less than nothing. What goes back to, this is why I love this. I love the Bible because of this. In the book of Jude, it said, what we don't understand like brute beasts, we destroy. Right? Like what we don't understand like brute beasts, we destroy, right?
You said like
and in the book of Jude, it said, what we don't understand like brute beasts and animals, we destroy.
Okay.
Right? So when we look at our life and say, man, who destroys your life? Right? So, but it goes back to, if I say, Skrill, did you want your hand slammed in that door? This is a rhetorical question. I know what you're going to say. No. Right? So then we stuck with the problem. Well, why did you do it? You had to be unconscious to keep slamming your hand in the door. You know you don't want to slam your hand in the door. Right? So now we here looking for somebody else to, hey bro, you walk up to the door, slam your hand in the door, come back and blame him.
Or even like, I'm slamming my hand in the door because of my childhood.
Now,
I'm finding anything to blame.
I gotta have a reason to why I'm not who I think I should be. Because now you ask the average person, and I love it, you know, through my classes I teach a lot of time, right? It's all about the 3 principles of freedom, knowing who you are. Bro, listen to this. If God got a story about your life and you got one, I'm telling you now, your story is a lie about you. I don't care what you say. I don't care who you are. You're not going to get me to believe that the creator who created you, right, knows less about you than you.
And that's one thing about language. 2 Spanish people can be sitting right here and they'll have an ongoing conversation. As long as I don't understand Spanish, it's going to sound like gibberish to me. No disrespect, but I'm saying,
hello.
Once I start taking Spanish class, now Spanish conversations are getting clearer to me. I can understand. So it's similar to not knowing a certain language. But like I said earlier, you make me aware of certain things. So now I'm able to approach certain situations and people not even be knowing that I understand the language, whether it be the body language, the vibes, anything. So it allows me to address situations different or behave different because I understand the language. And I'm just saying that to say that people must understand that it's different languages out here.
Yeah.
It's different, like how you said earlier, if you ask me, am I all right? And I said, oh yeah, man, I'm good. I'm smiling hard and everything. But some people, and I've been learning this, some people understand different languages. And I can smile hard and mud, and some people like, dog, is you straight? Like they'll know the language, or they'll be like, it's gonna get all right. And in my head, I'm like, what sign am I giving them that show that I ain't all right? Ooh, but then I'll be knowing, I'm like, it's some language that you don't understand yet, Skrill.
Right.
And as I keep going, I'll be understanding certain languages.
Hey, let's tap on that, right? Because it's so important. Because when you think of language, we got the spoken and then we got the nonverbal, right? But energy controls it. So I can sit here and tell you, Skrill, I ain't mad. But if I was really pissed off at you, you would feel it. It wouldn't even, because I'm giving you words that's opposite of what you feeling.
Yeah.
You'll be like, man, I ain't crazy. I can feel it. I ain't got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's something, you know what I mean? He's trying to be politically correct, but he got a problem. And so
I say this. This why language is different on many levels, because one might think that just because you can sense this person mad at you, even though they verbally don't say it,
right.
That's one level of language.
Yes.
But I'm talking about walking around living a life like you happy.
Right.
And somebody else that understands the elevated language can be like, I don't know that guy. I'm gonna pull him to the side, man. I'm gonna ask him, is he alright? Because I can peep something else in him.
Right.
Beyond the me smiling saying I'm alright,
Right.
but you see my eye twinking, that shows when I'm mad. No, we talking about beyond that. Because that's what I experienced, where I could be living a certain kind of way, not hiding nothing.
Right.
My business ain't everybody's business.
Right.
But I can tell somebody, hey man, you alright? Or they'll call out what's really going on. And I'll be like, man, they people different type of language, whether it be spiritually or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate it.
Here's the question then. Because now they don't know.
Mm-mm.
Right? So it's gotta be spiritual.
It's for
But
sure
see, we
spiritual.
got a different terminology for spiritual. Because we'll connect the religious side of it with talking about spiritual. No, I'm saying a man that don't know nothing about the Bible, he is controlled by thoughts. Thoughts is something you cannot see. All of us. I can't move it. He can't shake his leg.
But you can control.
You know what I mean?
But you can't control.
Yeah.
You can't control.
Yeah.
You have to learn to control.
Yeah. Whatever you practice, you're gonna be great at.
But it's hard. It ain't easy. But you can learn to control your thoughts.
And that's what I mean
You know
by
what I'm
language.
saying?
Because
So-
your language can get elevated. So I'm saying that to the world, that just because you see somebody doing something or whatever, don't be quick to judge, like you said.
Yes.
Don't be quick to judge, and don't be quick to just make a move that you may not understand at that point in your life, because it may be a language as of today you may not understand.
Right.
Yes.
You know
But see, that's why it's so important when you moving. We talking about under the moral compass,
Yeah.
and as the brother talking about when you provoking thought, when you moving spiritually, guess what? You gonna sense a lot of those things. You ain't gonna even have to know, like you said, if somebody going through something or whatever, because by you moving in the spirit and by you moving in this way anyway, in love, everybody that you come across, you're going to pour something into them like that. You're going to give them, you know what I'm saying? So everybody that you come across, you're going to say, good morning too. Or everybody that you come across, you're going to say, how you doing? Or you're going to feel something, because you're going to try to be connected to every human being that you come across, because you're trying to impact the world. You're just trying to, you know what I mean?
That's what I mean by language.
Now based on that may draw, you might come connected to some spirits a little more stronger, better, that understand that walk and understand what's going on. But as we know it, man, that being of the spirit, that as you moving like this, and you under this, you on this radiation, on this flow, you know what I mean? You ain't on the, you on your higher self.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, you know what, everybody, like I said. So you're gonna draw into, you know, so when you come across people, man, and I used to always say that, right, about Nat, how she said to talk to anybody
Y'all be getting on me about it.
for an hour, 2 hours. And see, some people is like that. You know what I'm saying? They can connect with anybody and they'll be willing to, you know what I'm saying, share that person's, they patient. Be willing to share that person's pain, whatever that person is going through. They'll stop their whole day. They'll forget about anything they had going on, because they're connected with somebody and they feeling that in that vibe. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I mean by language, because check this out. You may say good morning to all the 10 people that you see, but then somebody standing right next to you be like, dog, why are you speaking to everybody? But
Yeah.
that's because it's a language of understanding the impact of showing love. Right?
Yeah.
And that's what that was my point about different languages.
Yeah.
Because
we understand that
you know
that's
what I'm saying?
charity.
Yeah.
We understand that's a form of charity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like we sitting here, we thrifting. We provoking thought. You know what I'm saying? This is charity. This is charitable too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we are giving to each other, and we uplifting each other. So just that good morning, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or just any of that, and you understanding that form of charity that you always trying to pour out, give out. You know what I'm saying? In order to attract positivity to you.
Another one you made me aware of, coincide with that. Love conquers all.
Yes, sir.
I'm talking about when he told me that,
Yes, sir.
all my life, bro, it was just something that you told me. But in my life, I practice love conquers all. Love conquers all. I want to know what's the truth, right?
Right.
Man, I'm talking about I paid attention to certain things in my life. A couple times I put my life in danger. You was with me one time too. I put my life in danger just to see if love conquers all. And everybody don't understand this language or even realize it's true because to realize it, you got to sacrifice some stuff. But I put my faith in it, and when I did, every time I just unconditional love on my life, it conquers all.
Right.
I use it upon disrespectful people where I felt my life was in jeopardy, but I just utilized that and it worked. So that coincides with the language of just being polite to people and things of that nature because love do conquers all, man.
Oh man, because like you said with that language, man, it's coming from the South. See, the South you may speak. When I got up here, that was not that.
No.
You know, and I'm speaking. I'm in Chicago, you know. Hey,
Yeah.
hey,